like a famous guy on the internet that my kids used to watch. It's story time. This story is called The Switchman. There was a man who worked for the railway as a switchman. He lived at the edge of a river alongside the tracks. The river had a swinging railway bridge that remained open most of the time to let the ships go through. When a train came, the control office would radio ahead to the switchman, who would go out to his little switching shack at the side of the tracks to sound the horn to stop the shipping and swing the bridge back into place so the passenger train could cross. This happened twice a day and became routine schedule for everybody involved. Some days, the switchman would allow his 3-year-old son to sit in the shack with him, gently holding him on his knee while he operated the levers. When the afternoon passenger train arrived, together they would hold hands at the side of the tracks and wave at the passengers as a huge train thundered across the bridge. The father loved his son, and they loved to spend time together. As time went on, the bridge began to decay, and the locking mechanism on the far side of the river began to malfunction. When this happened, the switchman could walk across the bridge, put his shoulder on a huge lever that manually locked the bridge in place. One day, as usual, the switchman got the radio call announcing the afternoon passenger express. In his prescribed fashion, he sounded the foghorn, stopping the shipping traffic, and activated the switch to swing the huge old bridge into place. Slowly it swung across the river. As had happened before, it refused to lock into place. Looking around, the man saw no sign of his little boy, so he began to walk across the river to manually lock the bridge. As he proceeded across, he heard the train whistle coming around the bend. He thought, I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not moving as fast as usual. He thought, but there was still lots of time. He began to hurry, reaching the other side. As the train came into view, barreling down the tracks, sweating, catching his breath, he said, made it. He grabbed hold of the lever, realizing the train was close now, but he still had a little time. As he put his shoulder behind the bar, he heard a sound that made his blood curl. Daddy. In horror, he looked up to see his son walking across the tracks to be with him. The train was pounding on and suddenly realized there was no time to do anything. He had to make a decision, either lock the bridge and have the train make it across safely, or leave it unlocked and have the train plummet into the river, in which case all the passengers would die. He had to make a decision between his son or all the passengers on the train. With a cry of anguish, he flung the lever into place, and the hurtling train instantly crushed his son beneath its weight. He fell to his knees, crushed beneath the horror of what he'd done. The train conductor and the passengers stood up to wave, totally oblivious to the kneeling, weeping man at the side of the tracks. The train went on its way, and the man picked up the broken, crushed body of his son and headed home to tell his wife. Picture, if you will, the anguish of that man as he carried the body of his son back across the bridge that night. This is a picture of the heart of Father God when another son died for you and me 2,000 years ago on a cross. His anguish caused the earth to split and the sky to become black as night. How many of us are like the passengers on that train, oblivious to the incredible price that was paid for each of our lives when Jesus died on the cross in our stead? I'm going to end right here, but I'm going to make more comments in a second video.